Okay, very first question. They are talking about integral 0 to infinity x square by 1 plus x power 4 dx. And this is P. And R is integral 0 to infinity dx by 1 plus x power 4. Okay. So we are already came across this earlier that when you have denominator only 1 plus x power 4, we can only do this question conveniently if numerator is either 1 plus x square or 1 minus x square. P alone or R alone we cannot find. We can only find P plus R or P minus R kind of thing. Okay. So let me take R plus P. What will come? Integral 0 to infinity 1 plus x square by 1 plus x power 4 dx. What is the procedure? Anybody remembers how to do this integration? We have to divide with integral 0 to infinity 1 plus x square by 1 plus x power 4 dx.
Divide with x square.
Divide with x square. It will become 1 by x square plus 1 by 1 by x square plus x square dx. Okay, this is derivative of x minus 1 by x. So I'm going to write this as x minus 1 by x whole square plus 2. And the derivative of this is 1 plus 1 by x square exactly. So if I take this as t, this will become dt. Okay. So I can write integral dt by t square plus 2. But what about the limits? When x is becoming 0, this is becoming 0, 1 by 0 is becoming infinity with a minus. So it will be minus infinity. And when x is becoming infinity, this will become 1 by infinity 0, so it will be tending to infinity. Okay, now this is a simple integral. You can 1 by a tan inverse x by a, 1 by x square plus a square. So 1 by root 2 tan inverse t by root 2. When you substitute infinity, tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. When you substitute minus infinity, tan inverse minus infinity will be minus pi by 2. So it will become pi and it will become pi by root 2. Okay, so we cannot do this alone or this alone. We can do this and we can also find the difference r minus p. We'll find r plus p and r minus p. And then by adding and subtracting, we'll get r separately and p separately if required. Those are online. Is it clear or any doubt?
Yes.
Okay. This is advanced material, more than one answer question in that first one. Okay. Now if I try to find p minus r, I'll get here x square minus 1. When I divide with x square everywhere, it will be 1 minus 1 by x square. Now I have to take x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2. And I can take again this as t, this will be dt by t square plus 2, but limits will be, this looks like from infinity to infinity, but try to see carefully what is happening. At 0, this is becoming infinity. At infinity also, this is becoming infinity. So it is not that. Or is it 0? Yeah, actually R and P are equal. Without even writing this, I'll prove it how R and P are equal. If these limits are not there, we cannot find R separately, P separately. We can only find P minus R and P plus R. But with these limits, R and P are equal. I'll show you. So you don't have to write the second part now. Replace x with 1 by x here. Take x as 1 by t in only P. Then when x is 0, t will become infinity. And when x is infinity, t will become 0. X square will become 1 by t square. This will become 1 plus 1 by t power 4. Dx will become minus dt by t square. When you simplify, t power 4 will cancel with these two things. Minus will be used for interchanging. It will become 0 to infinity dt by 1 plus t power 4. In definite integration, whether t is there or x is there doesn't matter, right? So it will be 0 to infinity dx by 1 plus x power 4, which is directly r. So p and r are equal, p equal to r, and we already got p plus r is equal to pi by 2 root 1 earlier. Yes. So now p and r will be half of that, which is pi by 4 root.
Sir,
Earlier
pi
we got
by
p plus r is what?
pi
Pi
by
by
Pi
2.
by root 2, sir.
So this will be pi by 2 root. Only q is very easy. You can find it. Come. By the way, tomorrow's exam, you don't have relations and sets. Earlier we gave in the syllabus, but they will not be there. Not tomorrow. When is exam? Day after tomorrow. Okay. So we'll have only other topics which are mentioned: complex numbers and De Morgan's theorem fully, differential equations fully, and definite integrals. Okay. So you can take some time to revise definite integrals tomorrow. Especially the reason is MSK sir is taking supposed to take sets and relations in many sections, not just this. There are 4 other sections also is teaching. In this section I covered, but in other sections other teachers could not cover. Okay, so that's why. All right. Okay, coming to Q, 0 to infinity x dx by 1 plus x power 4. Why this integration is very easy? We can integrate this very easily. Why? Anybody?
If we take x square as t, then
Yeah, if
numerator
you
is
take x square as t, the derivative is available. Okay, simply take x square equal to t. It will be 0 to infinity. This will be dt by 2. This will 1 plus t square. So of tan inverse t with limits 0 to infinity. When you put infinity pi by 2, when you put 0, it is 0. So it is pi by 4. So we got P separately, Q separately, and R separately. Now we can just verify the options. Okay, second question. In equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power n dx. First of all, we know a reduction formula for this, or we can recreate again. In plus 2 is 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power n plus 2 dx. That is 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power n plus 2. You can write tan x whole power n into tan square x dx. 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power n as it is. You can write tan square x as secant square x minus 1 dx. Split this into two parts. 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power n into secant square x dx. 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power n dx. Okay, if I take this as t, this will be dt. Integral will be t power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So we will get tan x whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1 with limits 0 to pi by 4. This is in. Okay, now if we bring that in this side and this value is 1 by n plus 1, we will get in plus 2 plus in is equal to 1 by n plus 1. This is a reduction formula. All right. Let us see other parts of this question. Okay. They wanted, they gave that in the same question, Jn is -1 whole power n into I2n. And they want Jn minus Jn minus 1. That is -1 whole power n into I2n -1 whole power n minus 1 into I2n minus 2. 2 times n minus 1. Okay, just now the reduction formula is for In plus In plus 2. Okay, if I take -1 whole power n common, it will be I2n plus I2n minus 2, because this minus also will be combined with this, it will become n and 2 common, which is this. When this is n and this is n plus 2, our answer is 1 by n plus 1. Basically, the average of these two, we got it there. So here, similarly, if we take average of these two, it is 1 by 2n minus 1. Whenever it is ik and ik plus 2, just now we proved it is 1 by k plus 1. That is this. The gap should be 2. What you get here is this plus this by 2. This gap is 2 and this plus this by 2 is this. Okay. That's it. That is the answer. That is one of the option. And option D, they want when n is tending to infinity, what will happen to this limit? Basically, that is they're talking about this limit. Okay. Of course, normally when you write, you may get I1 equal to pi by 4. You may get I3 is equal to 1 by 3 minus pi by 4, something like that. 1 by 2 minus pi by 4 by using recurrence relation. But they're asking when n is very large, what will happen? You can see graphically also what happens. Because between 0 to pi by 4, tan x is less than 1. If we take 0 to pi by 4, tan x whole power n dx. This is between 0 to 1. When you increase the power, you take power 1000, power 10,000, power 1 lakh. What happens to these values? They will increase or decrease. If you take anything between 0 to 1, like 0.8, 0.7, you square it, cube it, to do power 10, power 1000. The value is increasing or decreasing? Decrease. If you take more than 1, increase the power, it will increase. If you take a number between 0 to 1, increase the power, it will decrease. So when I take 1000 and 1 lakh, practically this is tending to 0. So you can easily say it is tending to 0. But apart from that, we can prove another way. I think I can easily say for x belongs to 0 to pi by 4, tan x belongs to 0 to 1. Because tan x belongs to 0 to 1, tan x whole power n is less than tan x whole power n plus 2. Sorry, this is greater than. That means In is greater than In plus 2. I'm going to add In on both sides. I can add In plus 2 on also both sides. Anything is okay. In plus 2. I'll add In plus 2 on both sides. In plus In plus 2 is greater than In plus 2 plus In plus 2. Or almost same, you can also write another way. In is greater than In plus 2. You can write In minus 2 is greater than In. You can add In on both sides. In plus In minus 2 is greater than In plus I. That is 2In is less than, the sum of these two is 1 by n minus 1 according to our reduction formula. Okay, they cannot see that. Okay, we already proved this. That is not proved. I explained that if you take something between 0 to 4 x value, tan x is between 0 to 1. If you take anything between 0 to 1, less power, the value is more. More power, the value will be less. Okay. Now, if you do integral 0 to pi by 4 on both sides, this is In and this is In plus 2. Okay, so among In and In plus 2, the one which has greater number, it is smaller. I can even write wherever n is there, write n minus 2. I can say In minus 2 is greater than In. I added In on both sides. Now what I got is 2In is less than In plus In minus 2 based on our reduction formula that we derived in the beginning. It will be 1 by n minus 1. and it is all positive for sure. Now you apply limit n tends to infinity. When n is becoming infinity, this is becoming 0. This is becoming 0. According to Sandwich theorem, if something is between these two, that also should become 0. So limit n tends to infinity, in should be 0. If in is tending to 0, even jn also will be tending to 0. Basically, when n is very, very large, this value is becoming 0, even minus 1 whole power n also. So limit n tends to infinity, jn is also 0. Is it all right? So that is options A, B, D put together. Option C you can do yourself. That is, they want us to take tan x is equal to u and write that in terms of that. Okay, everybody should have material with you, especially when you're discussing. Okay, we are not trying to dictate all the questions. So when you come online, of course, book will be there with you at home. Whether you open the book or not, I cannot see. But those are coming to offline. Generally, I'm telling before day what I'm going to teach next. You have to bring the related books so that you can see the question and try for some time or understand better. Okay, don't delay for applying for mains exam. Try to do it the earliest. And if any details are required, maybe Stanley sir already announced. If not, you can find out from the office room. Either you can do at home or you can come to college and apply for the exam. All right. I think you have to have your scanned photograph and scanned signature and a few other things like your 10th class certificate. If it is there, based on that, they want to enter the name properly. Maybe Aadhaar card, I don't know all the details. Okay. The more you delay it, there will be a lot of crowd with the computers and all the DTP operators and all. Okay. And if you are doing at home, then you should have some facility to scan the things or already scanned ones you can get. Read the instructions carefully before that. The information bulletin anybody can download or already uploaded maybe in WhatsApp groups. Read it carefully. I think in photograph, your face should be 80% of the list. 70% your face should be main. Okay. Somebody can in a passport size also sometimes what happens, you can see their body or chest more and face will be very, very small. They don't want that, right? And you find out from your parents clearly what kind of reservation or something you belong to. Okay. And some things I don't know, not but few castes in state they have a particular reservation. In state they are considered as BC, BCD or something. But in national level they are not OBC, they are general category only. Okay, so you should be very clear about it. If you have doubt, you can ask Stanley sir. He will give some idea. Okay. For example, I know one particular. It is called Kalinga Vaishyas. Okay. Within Vaishyas, there are two types. One of them is called Kalinga Vaishyas. In AP state, they were converted to. They were into BCD. That took from last 2 years only. Okay. Whereas in national level, they are not OBC. They are general category. Okay. So like that. So you should be clear about which kind of reservation. Okay, normally you may not mind what is your caste and all, but now you should know what is your caste, what kind of reservation you have, and okay, if it is there, you should have proper certificate for that or something like. By chance, if father belongs to one caste and mother belongs to one caste, whichever caste has reservation, you can use that, I guess. I don't know all the details. Okay, but I know some students. Father is having general category reservation and mother is having OBC. They use that OBC and they got seat. Okay, I know few cases like that. Okay, in the same question, C bit, in equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 tan x whole power and dx. And especially general category student, there is this EWS, economically weaker section. They have some criteria. Okay, I don't know how they can actually come and check all that criteria, but as long as whether you're rich or not, what is your income doesn't matter. Whether can I produce a paper showing that you belong to EWS, I think that is sufficient. So you are okay. Sometimes even doctors also should come into that EWS only, they will show. Okay, I think they'll show their income as black, so nobody will know. All right. Okay, so in option C, they're not planning to find this integral. Okay, they just want to express in another form. That's all. So they've already told you take tan x equal to u, then x will be tan inverse u. This lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 1, and this is u power n. And what about dx when I differentiate? 1 by 1 plus u square du. So into 1 by 1 plus u square du. Okay, that's all, nothing much. We are not asking you to simplify this and all. This is equal to this, that's all. Okay, others in the meantime, just read the third question, think about it. Okay, something like this we discussed even in mains. This is Riemann sums question only. We know there are some limits which can be converted into integrals. The main condition is they should be in the form of 1 by n into f of r by n or f of k by n, that form. So right here I can take n outside and divide it by n square here. It will be 1 by n sigma k equal to 1 to n k by n whole square plus 1. This is also same. Tn is equal to 1 by n sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1 k by n whole square plus 1. Actually, both are nothing but integral 0 to 1 plus x square dx. Both are that only, because this k by n is only our x. Because right in the beginning, when we discussed about definite integration, what is the definition or how to find areas, we are talking about making them into rectangular strips. So if we take 1 plus x square graph, it will be like this. This is 0 and this is 1. This is 0 comma 1. This is 1 comma 2. Now we can make them into n strips. Somebody can find all the lower areas, add all of them. When you make them into n part, this is 1 by n, this is 2 by n, this is 3 by n, this is 4 by n. What is this width? 1 by n. And what is this height? This is f of x equal to x square. Okay. Here, if you take this height 0, if you take this height, it will be 1 by n whole square. This height will be 2 by n whole square. This height will be 3 by n whole square plus 1, of course. Okay. So that is your exactly, when you put k equal to 1, you are taking 1 by n whole square plus 1. That is exactly this height. So you are taking not this rectangle. Okay, let us talk about this. When you put k equal to 0, height is only 1. That is this rectangle. When you take k equal to 1, you are taking exactly this height. K equal to 2, this height. And when you take n minus 1 by n, you are taking this height. So this is actually giving you all these rectangles which are lower, which are less than the area. So I can definitely say two things. Limit n tends to infinity Tn will be reaching this area 0 to 1 x square plus 1 dx. But what is more important is Tn is less than that answer. It is tending to that, but every time your Tn, sum of all these rectangles is less than the actual area. So Tn is less than 0 to 1 x square plus 1 dx. And what is the answer for this? X cube by 3, so 1 by 3, 4 by 3. So Tn is less than 4 by 3. Whereas coming to this, the very first one is when you put k equal to 1, you are taking this side, so you are taking this rectangle. Width is 1 by n and height is this. When you take k equal to 2 by n, you are taking this rectangle. Width is 1 by n and height is this. Similarly, this rectangle, this rectangle, this rectangle. All the upper rectangles. So finally, when n becomes infinity, all the errors will be gone and you'll reach this area only. So even limit n tends to infinity, Sn is also same as 0 to 1 x square plus 1 dx. But Sn is less than 0 to 1, greater than 0 to 1 x square plus 1 dx, which is 4 by 3. So what are the options? Sn is greater than 4 by 3 and Tn is less than 4 by 3. Okay. But they should also have given this question. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to 4 by 3. Limit n tends to infinity, Tn is also 4 by 3. Anybody remembers earlier I gave you this explanation? Sn is more than 4 by 3 correct, Tn is less than 4 by 3 correct. Sn plus Tn, will it be greater than 2 times 4 by 3 or will it be less than? What will come here? In this place, less than will come or greater than will come. If both are less than 4 by 3, the sum will be less than 4 by 3. If both are more than 4 by 3, the sum will be greater than 4 by 3. But what you say about this plus this, one is less than, one is less than, the sum will be 2 times 4 by 3, more than that or less than that. I discussed something about this. Let us see if somebody remembers. First of all, is this part clear? That when n is becoming infinity, both will give you the area under the curve. And what are this actually? This means is lot of rectangles whose width is 1 by n and heights are different things. So by putting k equal to 1 to n, you'll understand we are taking all these heights which are upper rectangles. Take 0 to n minus 1, you are taking all these heights which are lower rectangles. Okay, write all these things and then talk about this one. Okay. Anybody want to tell something about this? I can give a little more hint if you want. This too, I'll bring it here. Sn plus Tn by 2. Is it more than 4 by 3 or less than 4 by 3? Unless it is not a great hint that you just simply brought this 2 here. Let me ask another question. Area of this rectangle is A. This whole thing is A. If you take only up to here, this area is B. Tell me A plus B by 2 will represent which area? This total area plus this area by 2 will give what area? It will give this trapezium area. Because these are common and this I have to divide with 2. Right? And you draw the diagonal. Okay, it is this. So in the same way, Sn plus Tn by 2. One of them is this rectangle and one of them is this rectangle. When you take that by 2, you will get this trapezium area. So Sn plus Tn plus by 2 is actually this trapezium area, this trapezium area, this trapezium area, and this trapezium area. Now, when you add all these trapezium area, tell me you'll get area under the curve more than that or less than that? More than that. So Sn plus, even though limit n tends to infinity, Sn plus Tn by 2 also is 4 by 3, but Sn plus Tn by 2 is actually greater than 4 by 3. Okay, so this greater than will come or less than will come depends on concavity of the curve. The curve would have been like this. You take many strips, and when you take the trapeziums will be under the curve. Then I have to write here less. But now the curve is like this, so it is more. Vikramaditya, is this point clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fourth question. They gave some I1, I2, and I3. They want some relation between them, or sum is 0 and all that. One is cos of phi sine square x. I can replace x with pi by 2 minus x, it will become pi cos square x. Okay, just read the fourth question, think about it. Let us see what is the option. It's A, B, C. So I1 alone is 0, I2 plus I3 is 0, and I2 and I3 are equal. Okay, I1 is integral 0 to pi by 2 cos pi sine square x dx. If I replace x with because 0 to a f of x is same as 0 to a f of a minus x, I can write x as pi by 2 minus x also. So 0 to pi by 2 cos pi cos square x will come. When you replace x with pi by 2 minus x. Okay, but it is not of much benefit. I can add these two and do some transformations if required. Or I can write directly 1 minus cos 2x by 2. I'm just trying only 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi sine square x can be written as 1 minus cos 2x by 2. That is cos pi by 2 minus pi cos 2x dx. Cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, so I'll get minus 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi cos 2x dx. If I replace x with pi by 2 minus x here, I'll get pi minus 2x. I'll get a minus, minus will be taken care. If I take this as I1, this as I1, apply transformations cos c plus cos d is 2 cos c plus d by 2. That itself is becoming 0. I think I1 plus I2 is easy to do it. Nothing wrong. I can even write this as 1 minus sine square x. Oh, I can prove I1 equal to minus I1. How? 0 to pi by 2 cos pi. This cos square x, I can write 1 minus sine square x. That is 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi minus pi sine square x. Cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. So 0 to pi by 2 minus cos pi sine square x dx. Okay, so that is minus I1. So I1 is equal to minus I1. So 2I1 equal to 0. So I1 is 0. I'm not saying this is the only way. Somebody can take I1 plus I1, apply transformations, also it will come. I just proved I1 equal to minus I1. From here to here, replace x with pi by 2 minus x. From here to here, we wrote this cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, which is exactly negative of this. Okay, I2 is 0 to pi by 2 cos of 2 pi sine square x dx. That is 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi into 2 sine square x. I can write 1 minus cos 2x. Cos of pi minus pi cos 2x dx. Cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. So I'll get minus 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi cos 2x dx. They want us to compare I2 with I3. I want to take this 2x as t. Then it will be 0 to pi cos of pi cos t. Dx will become dt by 2. Okay, now this 0 to pi I can write 2 times 0 to pi by 2. Cos of pi cos t dt by 2. Anybody want to tell me why 0 to pi can be written as 2 times 0 to pi by 2?
It's an even function.
No, we don't call that as even. If integral minus a to a is there, we talk about even and odd. Here, somewhat like even. What I mean is, replace x with a minus x. If we get f of x back, then 0 to a can be written as 2 times 0 to a by 2. Okay? Whenever f of a minus x is f of x, 0 to a can be written as 2 times 0 to a by 2. Same thing. If it is 0 to 2a, whenever f of 2a minus x is f of x, 0 to 2a can be written as 2 times 0 to a. Okay, so that's how. Now, 2 and 2 got cancelled. One may say still it is not I3 because we want to have sin t. No problem. Replace t with pi by 2 minus t. Okay. So from here it is minus integral 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi by 2 minus t dt. That is minus integral 0 to pi by 2 cos of pi sin t dt. Which is exactly minus I3. I2 is equal to minus I3, so I2 plus I3 is 0. So we provide I1 is 0, I2 plus I3 together is 0. And I don't think I2 equal to I3. If you want I2 equal to I3, I2 itself should be 0. But can it be? One of the options says I2 and I3 both are equal, both are 0. So we have to disprove it also that it is not. Why I3 alone between 0 to pi by 2 is it always positive? No. Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Okay, think about it, how to prove that I3 is not equal to 0 or I2 is not equal to 0. When we get an opportunity next time, we'll discuss further questions. All right, thank you. So tomorrow, please spend enough time on definite integrals. Okay, you can do advanced material or revise mains material once again, something like that. Everybody completed, right?